Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. It's early April, so it's time to check how did Warcraft Rumble do in March. And in March, Warcraft Rumble was downloaded on iOS 10,000 times with $400,000 in revenue, and on Android 10,000 new downloads as well and 300,000 in revenue. All of these numbers are better than Rumble's numbers were back in February. Total of 20,000 downloads, $700,000 in revenue, according to Sensor Tower data. Mobile only note, nothing included from the PC side here. So, alright, numbers are up for a change. Although looking at the last 12 months when it comes to new downloads, then this was actually the third worst month for Rumble within the past 12 months. So 20,000 downloads, February was the worst month, 16,000. We were down to 20,000 downloads also back in September 2024, where people thought the game was going to die. And after that, it rose up a little bit again to 80,000 downloads per month in October. But now, well, not great. These downloads are probably the most concerning figures for Rumble, because obviously any game needs new players. That said, revenue-wise, this was also the third worst month within the past year, but it was not the worst month, so okay, there's something there. Up a little bit at least from February, but still just 700,000. The biggest glimpse of hope that I can offer comes from these category rankings. So these are Sensor Tower's category rankings for iOS. So how popular is Rumble compared to other games on iOS? And as you can see there at the end of March, at the start of the Lich King event, there is a pretty clear spike. So before that, it was slow downward slope, and that slow downward slope had been going on for some months here. And now, finally, a clear uptick, also getting uptick in downloads in iPhone free strategy games, getting back to top 500, even top 400. Okay, top 400 isn't that impressive, but still it has been more than 2 months since Rumble was even in the top 500 chart of most downloaded games. And now it's back there, so that is definitely something. And this newfound interest has now been retained for at least the first week of the Lich King event. So already these numbers mean that the April numbers are probably going to look at least decent, because Rumble is now making some of that money. It made a lot of its revenue in March during those final days with the Lich King event. And now Lich King event also is going to carry April to an extent. One potential caveat that you could think of about those category rankings, because they're just comparative, is, well, what about the rest of the market? If the rest of the market is going down and Rumble is not, then Rumble is naturally going to go up in category rankings even if nothing has changed. But that's not the case. If you look at top grossing strategy games in March 2025, then the strategy game market is actually doing quite alright. Overall, the trend is up, so games are making more money in March 2025 than they did in February 2025, and Rumble is still rising in those rankings quite a bit. There was a couple of interesting new game releases in the end of February, and then mid-March there was DC Dark Legion, and then there was Kingshot, a couple of new games that seem to be having at least a reasonable start, hitting top 30 both of those. So is Rumble back now? At the very least, the Arthas event has been the most successful content release for Rumble this year. In 2025, of course, we are not very deep into the year yet, but this has been the best release. How much comes from the fact that it's Arthas, the Lich King? I mean, that's like the emergency, break glass in case of emergency. This is at least how we're going to get money type of character. So is it just that? Or how much does the new event system contribute? Because players generally are quite happy with the way Blizzard has built this event system. And now with the new event system, they can create these events very easily and with much less effort, much less work in order to just create new events for the game. So that, I've already talked about that earlier, that would be one of the key things to keep people interested until they can get to another bigger content release. Are they going to have more bigger content releases? We still don't have a roadmap, so we still don't know. So this state of limbo for Warcraft Rumble still remains, even though this has definitely been somewhat of a positive sign. Is this enough for Blizzard? Is this what success looks like? Blizzard would probably want their franchises to be billion-dollar franchises. Rumble is currently not a billion-dollar franchise by any means, and it's not going to become a billion-dollar franchise without quite significant growth. But, I mean, if Blizzard can just keep delivering like this and improve upon this and then add more bigger content releases, there's no reason why Rumble couldn't actually make a comeback. But will Blizzard commit to that? And I don't have the answers to those. But at the very least, we got to see a column full of plus signs for a change instead of those perpetual minus signs in everything. So, okay, Arthas, definitely, there's still pull in Lich King. Lich King pulls new players, Lich King makes people spend money. It still works, at least to an extent. And hopefully Blizzard will make it work further on the line as well. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.